Okay, this is really diabolical. This is more Russell's beat than mine, but this story is really quite amazing here. Disney wants wrongful death suit thrown out because widower who bought an Epcot ticket and had Disney Plus. Wow. So what does this mean? I mean, this is sleaze on another level. A man suing Walt Disney Parks and Resorts for the wrongful death of his wife is facing a new legal hurdle. Disney is trying to get it dismissed and sent to arbitration because he signed up for Disney Plus years earlier. Court documents show that the company is trying to get the $50,000 lawsuit dismissed because the plaintiff, Jeffrey Piccolo, signed up for a 1-month trial of the streaming service Disney Plus in 2019, which requires trial users to arbitrate all disputes with the company.
Jeez.
That is unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
You sign up for Disney Plus, and the terms of use that no one reads, they just kind of scroll through, says, by the way, any disputes with the Disney Corporation have to be settled in arbitration. They're trying to use that clause to get out of a wrongful death suit for a poisoning, essentially, at their theme park. Company lawyers also claim that because Piccolo sued the Walt Disney Parks website to buy Epcot Center tickets, Disney is shielded from a lawsuit from the estate of Piccolo's deceased wife, Kanakporn Tang Swan, who died of a reaction to severe food allergies. In a legal filing responding to Disney's claims, Piccolo's lawyer, Brian Denny, called Disney's argument preposterous and said that the notion that signing up for a Disney Plus free trial would bar a customer's right to a jury trial with any Disney affiliate or subsidiary is so outrageously unreasonable and unfair as to shock the judicial conscience. Yes, I agree with that. Walt Disney Parks and Resort is explicitly seeking to bar its 150 million Disney Plus subscribers from ever prosecuting a wrongful death case against it in front of a jury, even if the case facts have nothing to do with Disney Plus, Denny wrote in court papers as a response. Piccolo is seeking damages in excess of $50,000 pursuant to Florida's Wrongful Death Act, as well as damages for mental pain and suffering, loss of companionship and protection, loss of income, and medical and funeral expenses. Disney didn't immediately respond to CNN's request for comment. So that is just totally outrageous that you would try to enforce an arbitration agreement as part of a fine print streaming subscription against the guy whose wife was poisoned at the park. And this gets into the next part of the story. It's not like this is a frivolous lawsuit. This gets into how she died. In October 2023, Kanakporn Tang Swan, her husband, Jeffrey Piccolo, and Piccolo's mother dined at the Raglan Road Irish Pub in Disney Springs, which is part of the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. They chose to eat at the restaurant, the lawsuit states, because they believed it would have proper safeguards against serving dairy and nuts to Tang Swan due to her allergies. The waiter guaranteed the couple that certain foods could be made allergen-free, which the two confirmed several more times, according to the lawsuit. She also ordered a vegan fritter, scallops, onion rings, and a vegan shepherd's pie. Although some of the food delivered lacked allergen-free flags, the waiter again assured them it was allergen-free. But after dinner, Tang Swan, 42, went shopping in the Disney Springs area and began suffering from a severe acute allergic reaction, according to the lawsuit. Despite self-administering an EpiPen, Tang Swan died from anaphylaxis due to elevated levels of dairy and nut in her system, the lawsuit said, attributing the information to a medical examiner's investigation. Now, Pasta, there's a special angle that I want from you on this because you've been in the restaurant business before. Now, The layman in me says if someone has a severe food allergy like that and they keep reiterating it and it's so severe and so sensitive, I would be inclined to advise them not to eat there. I don't know if that's allowed. I don't know if that's what you would do. You were in the restaurant business. How would you handle it? Because that certainly seems like a wrongful death to me.
Yeah, totally. I mean, they're at fault. The Disney restaurant that served that. You know, we've had situations before. I've been in management in restaurants before, and I remember we had a situation with nuts in an apple pie, right? Like that's always the common thing. Is there nuts? Is there nuts? They said there was no nuts. I had gone along with it. I said, yeah, no problem. And there was nuts in there. And the person went into a little bit of shock. They had the EpiPen. They had some Benadryl. They did that. They were okay. But then I went to my managers and I forced them to have everything from every single item written down and, properly charted out so we can know exactly where it was made, even to go as far as to what cutting boards were used, and the system was used in the back of the house in case they used the nut board for something else.
Right, and there's a cross-contamination risk for people with very sensitive allergies, right?
You're responsible. As a restaurant owner, you are responsible for the food you serve and how you sell your food, how you describe your food, and what you tell your people. They were totally negligent there. That particular waiter was just yesing to death. But this, goes to the whole, I would say that once you start we have a management problem in the United States, right? And every single level of every single business, whether it be government, whether it be, it's a management problem.
There is a total competence drain in this country right now, no doubt.
Right? Yes. It's like, they hire yes men, and that just trickles down. And eventually you got some dummy, some waiter who just yeses the death because they probably got some cheap manager where they yesing the death. I mean, that person, they're completely liable for this right now. They should pay through the nose. And what's even more shocking, it doesn't seem like they're going after a lot of money here, Keaton.
Yeah, 50 grand.
Like it would have been wise of them to just pay this and shut the hell up.
Yeah,
but once again, stupid management is putting them out there, and this is only going to backfire on them. So
you can get a 50 grand payout for a herniated disc nowadays. They're asking 50 grand for the death of a woman at a restaurant, and the malice to try and claim that they have to go through arbitration because they signed up for your streaming service. Like, that is fucking outrageous. I mean, that is diabolical.
Hey, you want a Beauty and the Beast? You got it, buddy.
Exactly. All right, so I have to give Russell's take on this because, Russell is all on the Disney beat, and since he's not here to speak for himself, but I'll give you a Russell Dobular take. This is the same Disney that's so excited to announce their Black Alice in Wonderland and the 7 trans dwarfs, but they don't want to pay out for a wrongful death lawsuit. How was that? That was my Russell Dobular.
That was a good. That's a good Russell.
I had to represent his take here because this is his beat, so I couldn't do a Disney story without trying to get his angle in there. Snow White and the dwarf. What did I say? Alice in Wonderland and the 7 trans dwarfs. That should be. I meant Snow White. Yes, that should be their new movie, Alice in Wonderland and the non-binary dwarfs. There you go. Coming to a theater near you under President Kamala Harris. Yeah.
You want to see how cheap Disney is? I had a friend who was at Disneyland waiting on a park ride and listened to the music and was like, wait a second, that's one of my beats, right? And it was one of those beats he would sell online for like 99 cents, $2 or something. Like he sold the beat for like $4.99 or something, whatever it was. Disney used that $4.99 beat that they bought for one of their rides outside of the rides. And he was like, whoa, I'm going to try to sue them. It didn't work. They're like, nope, they're allowed to do that. You sold it for $4.99. They can do it any way they want, but that's Disney for you right there. Cutting corners, baby.
Please clap.